Good morning, everyone. I'm Edna Sensei. Welcome to the Konko Mission of Wahiawa. We will now begin our regular Sunday service. Please join us in prayer. Mediation prayer. Please open your prayer books to page 2. Mediation prayer. Let us seek the
mediation of Viewpoint Konkokyo Organization, sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Konkokyo Organization Sama, Ikigami Konkokyo Organization Sama, Ikigami Konkokyo Organization Sama, Ikigami Konkokyo Organization Sama.
Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation,
May our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and differences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living to reflect your divine will. With a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you.
Kami prayer. Reverently we pray,
The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is the life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is the truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Tension no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as the divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many, not knowing the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes, great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Organization, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing, and he began a life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity.
Humbly we pray. The
The
divine
divine
parent
parent, which was thus fulfilled, Konko Organization accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenshi Kachitsuke, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and the blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity. The way of mediation of Ikigami Konkokyo Organization. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way, through all the hardships of this world, through pain of body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us, we are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray.
Recitation of Tenji Kakitsuke.
Jigan Konko Daiji Tenshi Kane no Kami Yeshu ni Negae Okagewa Waga Kokoro ni Ari Kongetsu Konnichi de Tanome.
Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy.
Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. Ikigami Konko Daiji Tenchi Kane no Kami Yeshu ni Negae Okagewa Waga Kokoro ni Ari Kongetsu Konnichi de Tanome. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, heart grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray.
Dear Kiami Konko Daiji-sama and Tenchi Kane no Kami-sama, we are gathered here at the Konko Mission of Wahiawa for this regular Sunday service in honor and appreciation of your divine workings of the universe. The regular blessings we receive on a daily basis are the greatest blessings we can ask for. We thank you for allowing all of the Oahu Konko missions to conduct their spring grand ceremonies safely this year and with in-person attendance, as we were not able to gather last spring. We pray that the pandemic will resolve soon. Your energy exists in everything, from the sunlight that warms and lights up the planet to the air we breathe. Your energy exists in us humans, in plants and animals, in fishes and birds. Your energy exists since the beginning of time. It can never be created nor destroyed. We are surrounded by your workings that continue to provide for us. So we would like to take this very brief moment of our day to say thank you. This year marks the 81st year since the founding of this church by the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi. Please guide us in her pursuit to continue the legacy of this church. She has sincerely dedicated her life to serving people and serving Kami-sama. We thank her for her faith, which continues till this day. We give thanks to the Reverend Yasuhiro and Reiko Yano, our family, the church members, and friends of this church, who help in many ways to continue this church in Wahiawa. Please continue to guide us in our daily lives and bless every cell in our body from head to toe. At this time, let us take a moment to reflect upon the many blessings we receive and extend a deep prayer for people who are unaware of your blessings and so experience hardship and suffering. We pray that the Kami-sama within all of us shine through. And we pray that even one more person can realize your divine workings and be saved. Thank you again for all that you do. Silent prayer. Thank you. Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above.
We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth's rich and deep. Living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The mediation of the Konko Organization does not stop for a single day. The protection of the Divine Parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, honestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami.
Shintoku Sanji, page 29. Shintoku Sanji. 仰ぎますれば天高く仰ぎますれば天高く拝みますれば地は厚し神の恵みに生かさるるみの幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の取り次ぎと日もかくる時のなく天地の神の守りとき近きの隔てなし神慈しみはよろずよにあまねく満ちて果てしなく勘計らいは苦しくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえますら神の比例を仰ぎますらん。Prayer. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally. Your lives flow from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you enter the Konko faith. You walk the way of Konko Organization, respecting the will of the Divine Parent. You amass great merit through your faith to take into the world beyond and leave to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Imitama spirits of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, deceased family, friends, spirits of the native Hawaiian people, and beloved house pets who have passed. Good morning to all of you. We are gathered here today for our regular Sunday service in acknowledgement of Kami-sama's blessings and in remembrance of you. We know that you are always watching over and supporting our well-being and decisions, even more now that you are the Imitama spirit. You are the foundation of our existence, which enables us to be able to enjoy blessings today. If it were not for you, we would not be here. We are here today to honor your divine spirit and to pray for your eternal happiness and peace. Whether through a yellow butterfly, a dream, or a gust of wind, letting us know your presence in these many forms reminds us that your love for us continues. We wish to continue your legacy as an extension of your life and help pass on your core values. We now take this moment of silence to think about you and your generous love and care for us. Thank you. Stand in prayer. Thank you. As we begin a brand new week, please continue to guide us in everything we do. You are in our hearts always. Thank you. So Sensanji, page 36. Yoyo no yawa.
我家の神我が神と心尽くしていつきますらな心尽くしていつきますらなとはと君親の神たちよ海の子のために家の柱を沈めたてたまい初子のために世のなりわいを守り助けたまい隠り世の見えぬ境にましませども見尽くしみのみ心は写しよに変わらせたまわず先みたまのまさきくさきわえたまいくしみたまのくしみにめぐみたまいて志は町の柱の動きなくなりわいは結ぶつなめのゆるびなく真心清らに励み努めしめたまいうからやからやわらぎあいて日にけにうらやすく楽しましめたまいついに移しよのことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまい見つく の恵みのおぼろげならぬうれしみ喜び申すことを御心も涼やかに聞こ示したまえと申す。花くしびのみよやのみ霊花くしびのみよやのみ霊花と音のみよやの神花と音のみよやの神。
Good morning, everyone. Let's open your prayer book to page 73 and let's read the Konko Faith, our creed, together. We believe in Tenchi Kanano Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder, Konko Daishin, embraced Kami's revelations and, as divine mediator, answered the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami, today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for regular Sunday service in person and in online Facebook. Yesterday, I had the honor of attending 2 Zoom conferences. One was in the morning and one was in the afternoon. And the first one in the morning was a Buddhist conference, and it was 2 hours long, and I was able to listen to the whole 2 hours. And the one in the afternoon was a Konkokyo ministers gathering Zoom meeting, which was 2 hours long actually. Actually, it was 2.5 hours. We went kind of over, so we had a lot of questions for Sensei. The morning session was about the future of Shin Buddhism and in the Western world. So there were about 217 participants on Zoom. That's incredible. One key thing that I realized from attending that Zoom conference was that the Dharma can only be passed on through to others through our thoughts, words, and our actions. If it doesn't parallel to what is taught in the faith, it will naturally fade from the family traditions, and people won't want to take over the faith in the family. The same is true for Konkokyo, and I believe for all other faiths as well. You have to be a living example. You have to be a living advertisement. We need to be walking salespeople of the faith. One of the Buddhist sensei, I think it was Harada Sensei, correct me if I was wrong, but mentioned that when the Apple iPad first came out, people were so excited. He walked into a Starbucks, and there was a man sitting at one of the tables, and he had the very first iPads, and people were like flocking to him, and they were like, "Oh, that's so cool! Oh, you got the new iPad! How amazing!" And he was like, "Yeah, this thing is so cool. It could do this and this and this and this." And he was showing the people around him at Starbucks what it can do, the amazing things that the iPad can do. And people were just amazed at the many great features and like the apps that you can open up. And he was happily showing them how this Apple iPad works. In that sense, Apple doesn't need salespeople, because every single person that owns the iPad, that owns the iPhone and the Apple Watch and whatever, are the salespeople. They are the advertisers. And they show people off, like, "Oh, look at what I got," and people will be like, "Oh, that's amazing, gotta get one too." And that's how word of mouth it spreads Apple products. The same can be said about the faith. We practice faith, so we can even be just a little bit like in the likeliness of Kami-sama or like Buddha. And the longer we practice faith and begin to radiate good energy from within our own hearts, people will naturally begin to flock to you, and be like, "Oh, what kind of faith are you practicing? Like, I want to be like you. Why are you always happy? Why are you always receiving so much blessings? I mean, you seem like such a lucky dude or lucky girl. What kind of faith are you practicing?" People will just come in and talk to you. People won't want to be around other people who are negative, mean, and are energy vampires. To be Konko is to have the golden light shine from within your own heart. So that can happen when you are truly saved, though. You begin to radiate good energy, and people will naturally want to be around you. In Konko, the word Konko basically means, it's a really simple word. Kon means golden, and Ko means light. So the golden light shines from within you outward. That's what it is. Konko means golden light shining. And that's what I want to kind of share with you. That's the first episode, I guess. So the second Zoom conference I attended yesterday was a ministers gathering surrounding the guest speaker, Reverend Masayuki Inoue of the Konko Church of Kariya in Hyogo Prefecture, Japan. He was born as a minister's child, yeah? Yeah, he was born as a minister's child, and he eventually went to the Konko Church of Kurosaki. He is an openly gay young Konko minister. He talked about his struggles while growing up, and even in adulthood, the struggle that he experienced as a gay person. By the way, I would like to make it very clear that Konkokyo is open to all people, LGBTQ included. There is no direct teaching that talks about LGBTQ in the Konkokyo scriptures. Yeah, there isn't. But there is a teaching that goes, there is no one that doesn't belong. All are children of Kami-sama, so everybody is included. Anyway, Inoue Sensei talked about how he used to get teased for the way he talked and acted, and he was called an okama. Okama means gay person. But it's really a derogatory term nowadays. It's a word that you shouldn't use. It's a prohibited word nowadays. Bullies would call him out into the hallway and surround him and bully him and make him feel intimidated. People would throw rubbish at him and also call him like names of other like gay actors. And he began to feel attracted to boys of the same sex when he was in middle school, he says. When he was a freshman in high school, he became even more self-conscious and scared of people because he'd been teased so many times. When he heard people laughing near him, he always thought, oh man, they're probably laughing about me. At the age of 15, he stopped going to high school and became a social recluse, like a hikikomori. He became even afraid of stepping out of the house, even just to go to like 7-Eleven, the convenience store. He just couldn't, he was scared. It was at this time that the family members, his sister and the dad were really concerned about him. And they encouraged him to go to the Konko Church of Amagasaki, which is in Hyogo Prefecture. I went to that church before, it's amazing. And they took him to see Reverend Suda Shohei Sensei to seek Toritsugi, divine spiritual mediation. At first he was very timid, and he spoke with his head down and stated to Sensei that I'm sorry, but I'm unable to look into people's eyes. I just can't talk looking at people's eyes. Then Shohei Sensei encouraged him, I see, but why don't we try to practice looking at the eyes when we speak? And then slowly he was able to raise his head and speak to Sensei, looking at him in the eyes. And if you talk to Shohei Sensei, if you go to Amagasaki Church, he will look deep into your eyes. It's like, feel like he's looking into your soul. Suda Sensei told him, you have beautiful eyes. And then Inoue Sensei began to talk to him. Well, he wasn't a sensei at that time, so I'll just call him Masayuki for now. Then Masayuki began to talk to him. And again, he was only 15 years old at that time. Just like a freshman in high school. Every week, Masayuki went to the Konko Church of Amagasaki to seek mediation with the sensei and to seek prayers for the emotional suffering he was encountering. Shohei Sensei of Amagasaki Church listened very intently and offered prayers for him. Masayuki spent a few hundred hours now going to the church every week to seek mediation from Shohei Sensei. His mediation sessions at the Otodoke, at the Toritsugi mediation desk, would range anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour or two at times. He was still not comfortable of his sexual orientation though. In fact, he was intently praying to Kami-sama to make him a straight man. He prayed that he will be attracted to women instead of men. He tried going out with women, but then it became awkward for him. And his relationships wouldn't go anywhere, and he had to just break up with them. He could not think of the woman in a romantic manner, but more so like a friend only, and it just wouldn't, it wouldn't progress from there. And he attended college, but his sexual orientation prevented him from seeking any kind of relationship. He just didn't want to think about it. He became so frustrated with himself. He tried many things, like he tried to change the way he talked or the way he dressed. And he tried to look at other people on TV, other men on TV, and say, okay, I gotta act like that. That's how I have to act to become like a man. And then, but he didn't feel like himself. He didn't feel comfortable. Masayuki decided to enroll at the Konkokyo Seminary sometime later. Even in Gakuin, he didn't go into the furo bath. In the Gakuin, in the Konkokyo Seminary, you have to take a bath with other men or other women, like a gang style. It's like a huge furo. But he didn't take a bath. He didn't go in the furo. What he did was he took cold showers as like a spiritual or psychological therapy for him. And he took even these ice cold showers in middle of winter when it's like snowing outside. And believe me, Gakuin is freezing. He did that and prayed every night under the cold shower and prayed that under this cold water he can somehow become a straight man. He did that even in the middle of winter. Okay, I said that already. But because he was a very young man at that time, he was able to recover quickly from the cold showers. But his body started to show signs of fatigue and became mentally unstable, that he fainted in Gaku. One day he realized that his prayers weren't coming from his heart, but more so because of societal expectations. That's when he encountered other gay men in college. Then he returned to Shohei Sensei of Amagasaki Church and was able to say to him, you know what, I give up. I give up trying to become a straight man. I finally accept myself for the gay man that I am. And so he came out as an openly gay man. And that's when he felt really saved. And Shohei Sensei, he replied by saying, I like the way, just the way you are. I like you just the way you are. And Masayuki Sensei felt very saved. And he felt like this golden light, just a ray of sunshine just beaming over him. And I think that's when he became Konko, like the golden light shining from within you. He became truly saved. and then after that, he began to think that there must be more people out there that are going through the same kind of situation he is in, and the same kind of suffering. So he went, same kind of suffering that he's been going through. He became an ordained Konko minister, and he was thinking of propagating more openly to the LGBTQ population. But at first he thought, it's kind of risky. Then he met the Reverend Michio Miyake of the Tokiwadai Church, which is interesting because that's the church that my father, Yano Sensei, used to go to when he was in high school. So he met some Masayuki Sensei, met the exact same Miyake Sensei that my dad kind of mentored under. But he was 80 at the time, Reverend Miyake Sensei, Michio Miyake Sensei. So he met Miyake Sensei through some kind of divine arrangement. And he asked him, well, what do you think about me? Like, I'm a gay person. And Miyake Sensei told him, if Konko Daijin were alive today, he would certainly accept you for the way you are. You were blessed with that sexual orientation. That is something Kami-sama gave to you. So please, go out there and help others who may be suffering. Miyake Sensei said that even if everyone else in the whole organization may be against you, Kami-sama has your back. One day, he was asked to write an article about LGBTQ in the Konko newspaper. After he wrote the article, he received many emails and kind messages of people who read his article and felt saved. He received a letter from a gay Konko believer, and he mentioned that he was not utilizing the Toitsugi mediation desk to its full potential. And people don't really say their honest feelings at the Toitsugi mediation desk. All they say is, oh, good morning, sensei, and it's like a couple of seconds, and they just go home or something. You gotta fully utilize this area, and sensei is willing to listen to you and pray for you, any kind of prayer that you may have. So this gay member of the Konko Church, another Konko Church, was like, hey, I'm not fully utilizing the Toitsugi mediation desk. I'm not being transparent with my feelings to Kami-sama. And if you're not transparent with Kami-sama, then you won't be able to realize full blessings that you can possibly receive. And anyways, in 2018, Konkokyo as a whole recognized its first LGBTQ organization. But I don't know if I don't think I said what LGBTQ stands for, but Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transvestite, and Queer. The LGBTQ organization within the faith. Reverend Masayuki Inoue became the president of this group, and Konkokyo officially recognized itself to be an LGBTQ safe organization. Reverend Inoue talked about the history of LGBTQ in Japan. And back in the 1960s in Japan, they believed that homosexuality was a mental illness. And so there are various psychological treatments to try to make these people straight like using psychotherapy or even electric shock therapies is crazy. Even in America, this happened. Like it's considered a sin to be gay. The older generation seems to have maybe have a difficult time accepting LGBTQ people. However, the times are changing and society is becoming a little more open-minded as people are educated on this topic. There was a councilwoman in Tokyo for one of the smaller wards who last year stated in one of the political meetings. She said something very controversial, and it was even openly filmed on media. It was on live. So this councilwoman said, "How do you expect to have a next generation of people if there are man? Oh, it's a man. I'm sorry. So it's a man." And the man said, "How do you expect to have a next generation if there are LGBTQ people spreading throughout the land? If these people cannot have kids, our country is going to collapse. People are to be taught the importance of normally getting married, normally having kids, and normally supporting a normal family." Hearing this, the head councilwoman was shocked and said, "I'm not married, nor do I have kids. Are you saying that I'm not normal? What is normal? Are you saying something is wrong with me?" And because those words came out into the media, many people were outraged, and he had to give a public apology and take back what he said. That incident was truly shameful, but because of that incident, societal benefits it opened up for the LGBTQ people in that area, and it also increased public awareness. Mm-hmm. The bottom line that was mentioned in the Konkokyo Zoom seminar was that the Konkokyo is not a faith that binds people. It's a faith that is supposed to set you free. It's liberating. Konkokyo is tailored toward each individual's problems. There's no one remedy or one solution for 10 people with the same problem that come to the church. Everyone is different, so everyone gets a different teaching and receive blessings through the practice of the Konko faith. Inoue Sensei mentioned how important it was for him to go to church, to seek mediation, and to pray. These are the 3 elements that he mentioned were very important. Mm-hmm. Again, to go to church, to seek mediation, and to pray. These 3 elements really helped him with his suffering that ultimately led to his spiritual salvation. It was really an insightful minister seminar, and I really thank the Reverend Masayuki Inoue for sharing his experiences with us from a Konkokyo standpoint. And he's been talking about his experiences at the Konkokyo Gakuin Seminary for every year. And he's also been going to different prefectures in Japan to share his Okage story. And he also been sharing the story at the Konkokyo High School students, and even to Tenikyo, the Konkokyo Organization, which is not Konkokyo. It's another religious faith, but that's how he's been spreading the word that all people are children of Kami-sama, and that he was able to be saved through the practice of Konkokyo. So that was a really inspiring seminar that I attended. Really, maybe about a week or so ago, I was approached by somebody who came into the Konko faith, but he just wanted to make it clear that, hey, does Konkokyo talk about homosexuality, or what are Konkokyo's views on gay people? He just can't stand the behavior, I guess, of homosexual, how men have sex with other men, and because he even lent me. It's amazing. He really wants information. He even lent me the Holy Bible. He even lent me the Sacred Scriptures of Konkokyo, dated 1933. And he also lent me the teachings of the Buddha. And he wrote down in a letter which section and which verse talks about how families ought to be, what couples ought to be, what kind of relationships people shouldn't be having and stuff like that. And he was wanting to know if Konkokyo has any written documentation of, you know, how people ought to be and what kind of relationship you're not supposed to have. And Konkokyo doesn't really have that, but I binge read the Konkokyo Kyoten. This has how many pages? It has 648 pages. I sat down and read the Konkokyo Kyoten over a course of a few hours. Look how thick this thing is. I've never read this much in a long time. But I had this like conviction that, you know, this Gorikai has amazing teachings that are applicable to any situation, and even in this question, in the questions that this individual had about homosexuality. And although I couldn't find not a single teaching on homosexuality in the Kyoten Gorikai, look at all these tabs that I marked. All these, I think this is about close to 40 tabs. It's cat heads, by the way, cat head tabs. 40 tabs of like how Konko Daijin talk to individuals for different kind of situations, and it's consistent. You know, like what kind of, like, no matter what kind of problem they came to see Konko Daijin for, he always answered in like the form of like, oh, you are always Kami-sama Ujiko, you are a child of Kami-sama. So for example, I wanted to share. Okay, like this is page 176 of Yamamoto Sarajiro, number 39, and it says, as mentioned in the Rokkon prayer, even if there are impurities in your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, even body and mind, think that it's a blessing to have these 6 function well. So, and people think that homosexuality is like an impurity, to have that kind of mind, but I think Konko Daijin would bring out this teaching. And another teaching, wait, where's another? Let me see here. He also says, Konko Hagyo. He gave a teaching to Konko Hagyo. He says, up to now, I have been talking at will, but sometimes what I have said has gone against the times. From now on, follow the times. So it's based on the times of today. Although it may say, you know, other teachings of other religions may say, you're not supposed to have relationships with the same gender or same sex. In today's times, it's legal. It's part of the law already. You can get married. And so you would go with the times of what's legal. And Konko Daijin really emphasized that. Follow the law, Konko Daijin says. Don't break the law. And here's another one that I like. Having different religions is the same as having children in different occupations. A parent may have a carpenter, a plasterer, a gambler, and a merchant as his children. People may belong to different religions such as Tendai and Hokke, but they are all Kami's children. We all have our personal preferences. For example, some people like soba noodles, while others prefer udon noodles. Do not criticize people's preferences. So, in that way, it's very general and it's kind of vague, but it's also very broad-minded, what Konko Daijin has said. So I want to give this book, this Gorikai, to that individual, and I tabbed it for him so he can read through the different teachings that Konko Daijin had said to followers. And believe me, this is just a fraction of what Konko Daijin had probably said. Konko Daijin had mediation with hundreds, thousands of people, but this is just a fraction of the people he had mediation with. So I'm sure somewhere along in the thousands of people that came to see Konko Daijin, there might have been a gay person or an LGBTQ person, who knows. But anyways, Konkokyo is officially recognized LGBTQ safe organization. So Thank you. I would like to end my sermon today. ありがとうございました。All people are children of Kami-sama.
Good morning. Thank you for joining the service. Thank you very much, Edna Sensei, for your presentation. I had two thoughts listening to her speech. One is example iPad. The person who possessed an iPad attract other people. So in the same way, the fourth Konko-sama, the Kagamitaro Konko, used to say, 信心させていただいているものが、mean Konko believer engaged in teaching, nursing, policing, or engaged in research towards social force. The other side, Konko, some school teacher get engaged in Konkokyo practice, and doctor engaged in Konkokyo practice, nurse engaged in Konkokyo practice, drivers get in Konkokyo practice. The difference between the two. If you are Konko believer practice, maybe driving, nursing, medicine, or so forth. So those who practice based on the Konkokyo faith live the faith Konkokyo way of life. So this is actually I encountered this Konko message soon after we came over here over 40 years ago. So I think this is the only way we can spread the Konkokyo faith community in Hawaii, in America, in the world, through the collective maybe power of those who believe in Konkokyo faith. This can be the only way how we can spread the Konkokyo faith community in Hawaii. In other ideas, we can choose our own sexuality. Usually we not talk about sex in Konkokyo relations. No one ever wished to be born into this world. No, wish to be born as a girl, as a boy. After we came into this world, we are known, this is a boy, this is girls. So, regarding to this message, I want to quote Konko's message. There will be unexpected illnesses not only in summer but also in winter. No one is aware of lessons of heaven and earth, which enable people to live Come shall our people become aware of the blessings of heaven and earth. Now, Konko thy born throughout the world, for sunshine in every country without exception. This is also article to OHO 2622-3. Don't be surprised know what happened. As long as Nitenshi, the sun exists, do not worry. Tenchi Kaino Kami, and life a period. Children are fine as long as their parents are with them. If I no longer exist, the universe will become dark. Nitenshi will never die. Pray for prosperity, all people, all generations. The good Freudian Oshiyase go to OHO 26-3. I think I have one more message. Since there hasn't been anyone who told about prenatal development, people get confused. You people who come to this ceremony, how is man and all else created? A person dwells in the mother's womb first. Before that, when the mother conceived, Tenchi Kanino Kami bestows a mitama soul. The doctor cannot open the womb and show the cherished soul, being given an invisible soul by an unseen Kami-san is a wondrous thing. The child body develops through the mothers who eats and drinks her favorite foods. This increases blood production to produce another body. After about 10 months, when there's a childbirth, it will be known if it's a boy or girl. During pregnancy, the child develops through the grace of Tenchi Kaninu Kan. Those who practice faith must understand natural laws of all things and eliminate doubt, since we have been created by Tenchi Kaninu Kan. Isn't asking Kami to cure our illnesses a natural way to practice faith? This faith is based on the nature of all things. To quote from the Yamamoto Sadashi, 21. Yeah. So, I'd like to end my speech. Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。
やり古来天地界の神しの愛我がは心にあり今月今日で頼みやり古来天地界の神しの愛我がは心にあり今月今日で頼み
Number 3. Page 69. Request for teaching on LGBTQ.
69. A request for teachings of the faith. 人級教語録 edited by 片岡二郎。片岡二郎資料じゃないの？片岡二郎。1. No matter how often people may say, he is trustworthy, he is a good man. It is not good enough just to be well through
thought of
by people. A person can only be secure when Kami trusts him and says, "This is a good man and trustworthy." When Kami believes in you, Kami will guide you so that everything goes well.
Number 2, when people continually experience misfortunes while practicing their faith, they often come to worship saying, "This must be some kind of curse, this must be a punishment." What reason would Kami have for punishing people? Kami is not punishing people, but is trying to say, what you're thinking is wrong, you should be careful. People should renew their hearts and practice their faith so that their misfortunes will become divine blessings. People should be grateful that Kami teaches them through scolding. Without such scolding by Kami, what would become of us? Nobody will scold a person if they think, "He is hopeless, I could care less about what he does." Kami scolds people because Kami is concerned about them and wishes them to be good.
Kami is a parent. People are children. Parents' affection for their children will not change no matter what. The parent Kami loves people very much.
Number 4. A mother loves all of her children, but she shows more attention to her child with the most problems. The parent Kami feels the same. The more one has misfortunes, the stronger Kami's wish is for that person. Right?
おはようございます。Good morning。ただいまから歌を4つ歌わせていただきます。We're going to sing 4 songs。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。Number 1。Number 1、新人の英語、page 57。 ナンバー6だよ。違う。Chinese Marine Light, page 46. arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much. Please take care. See you next time. さあ、これだ。T シャツ。大きいね。T シャツ。
池上日本大臣日金の神真に願いおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼め池上日本大臣
天地金の神真に願いおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼めThank you again for joining us. I'd like to advertise our Konko shirts. I'm wearing one right now. This is the Konko Kamigokoro t-shirt, which means the heart of Kami-sama. We have around 11 designs on Teespring right now. And I'll keep the campaign up till the end of May. And the money that's generated will be going to the headquarters, Konkokyo Headquarters Renovation Fund. I'll keep the site up indefinitely, and all the money that is generated throughout the years, every year, once a year, we'll be donating that money to the Konkokyo headquarters. But in support of the renovation fund, please support the Konkokyo headquarters by purchasing your shirts today. So I'm wearing the Kamigokoro shirt. This is a size medium, women's premium V-neck and dark heather. And there's also a gojimon in the back here. And my mom here is modeling the women's comfort tee in size large. And this is also in heather, dark heather. And you can turn around. This is the Kokoro Kubari shirt. Kokoro Kubari. Kokoro Kubari. And there's a gojimon. And you can turn around. And there's a gojimon right here. Okay? And my husband is wearing, here is Clayton. He is modeling the men's premium shirt. I forgot what color this was. Do you know what color this was? I don't know what color. I'm so sorry. I don't know what color this was. But this is in large. And the gojimon is in the front. And in the back, the Kokoro Kubari is in large format. So, very comfortable material. Very comfortable shirts. Share your Konko pride by wearing your Konko shirts today. Again, there's a lot of designs to choose from. We also have Konkokyo Pride t-shirts and like our Konko Cat Mike-chan t-shirts too. So if you like to order, like today. Thank you very much again. Have a good week. Bye bye.